Hey, my rock and roll family, Mick Perez here. Glad you guys could make it. And I see we got Rob, Matt, Gary. Hey, how's it going, guys? And my students, few of my students made it. Jamie, Charles, Mitch, and Charmaine and Seraph. All right, you guys. Today, my wife had this idea. She said, why don't you jam with everybody? And I'm thinking, that's really cool. How can I do that virtually? So I'm going to run a track and we'll go back and forth. And kind of the reason I'm thinking of this, and she thought of this, is because a lot of times when you get together with people, like at a barbecue, you're at a barbecue and this other guy's got a guitar and he's like, oh, what do you want to play? And you're like, I don't know. And he says, oh, how about, and the other person says, oh, that's cool. Yeah. Crazy Train. How does that go? Oh, you don't know it? No, I don't know that one. What about, and he's like, oh, yeah. Creedence Clearwater. Love Creedence Clearwater. That's awesome. No, I don't know that one. And you go back and forth and everybody's sitting around going, yeah, play Led Zeppelin and play this song and play that song. And you don't know any songs. And you end up like showing the other guy how to play a song in front of everybody. It's kind of really not as cool as it could be. So I was thinking, if a lot of times when I get together with somebody, we'll just start playing. Well, we've been playing a long time, friends of mine, so we know a lot of songs. But if you don't, you can just play a couple chords and then just come up with melodies over the top, and it's fun. We've gotten together with people at barbecues and RV parks, and they got a djembe, and it's a big jam, it's fun. So I'll show you kind of how that works, going back and forth. And on one of my last videos, I kind of touched on music theory, and it was, looking back at it, I'm like, it's hard to explain. It's easier when you have feedback with somebody one-on-one. You can go through the steps and they go, I got it, or they don't have it, and you kind of go over it. I'd rather do that with my one-on-one students. So I thought today we'll go over some of these patterns that I have here that I touched on before that video. And these are some different patterns that I like to use. And you could mix them up and do them in different ways. And what these are, they're going across the fingerboard rather than straight down. See, these are going straight across, straight across, straight across. But I do prefer to play them this way. I'll do a little bit of both, but we'll go over real quick. I'll go over how to play these. So if you can see my guitar here, this top, the top pattern is at 12, and most of you guys know this. We've gone over this. And instead of this note and this note, you can use that note. Okay, and then to access the higher notes, this was, if you see this pattern, we just brought some notes up here and brought it down this way. So watch. It looks like this. It's here. Going back up. And then it's just like the pentatonic, or the first position pentatonic, and then slide up. So this note and this note is the same as, okay. Oops. And then this is the in-between pattern, in between this one at the top. So it's taking these notes here. You see how they're the same, like this? All these are the same, and then it's just adding 6 more notes. So it looks like this. Okay, and then as we move down, if we were playing this position down to this position, we can drop down to this note. Do you see that? And there's another pattern without these 2 notes and this note here that looks like this. We did that in one of the first videos. And then this is the pattern that's in between this one and the bottom here. So okay, so we have first finger, fourth finger, first finger, fourth, 1 3 1 3. That's the easy way to memorize it. 1 4 1 4 1 3 1 3. Then come up. See that right here? Now, I've heard people say, you know, I'm learning all these positions, and then when they try to do a lead, they just like go back and, you know, up and down and getting to know the notes, which is good, but you got to put it to music, and you don't have to play them in any order, and that's why I kind of like these. So what you can do with this rhythm track, and then we'll do a little jam here in a minute. With this rhythm track, you can take any of these positions, like this one. Oh, hold on. My Pro Tools stopped here. Let me do that again. So you can take this top pattern, and you can kind of work that pattern for a little bit. And then go to the next pattern up here and start working on these. And maybe to get used to it, just do a couple strings. So you can do a little bit at a time, then go to the 3rd string. Okay, and then go to the next over here. the next down here. Then once you kind of get those, and here's that other in between and then put them all together so you can do something like this. Oops. But of course in a solo you'd phrase them and, you know, make them into a solo, but for practice, so I am going to play a solo. If we were jamming with somebody, the way you would do this is kind of, we're just doing a simple E minor to a D, to a C, to a D. You can play it in E minor, D, C, then I would play, then you'd play, so check it out. And I'll tell you when to go. Let's try it. Okay, here we go. Okay, I'll play a solo. You play a solo. Then I play a solo. You play a solo. Okay, so that's kind of how you would jam with other people getting together. Hopefully that sounded okay. And you make some mistakes. I made some mistakes. Hit some weird notes, and that's okay. It's all part of just kind of jamming on the spot. And I hope you like these videos. These are totally unscripted. That's why I kind of go, uh, I don't have feedback from anybody talking to me, so I can't see if you guys are getting it and kind of review something if you don't. So I'm hoping you guys send me some comments if you like this. If it's working for you, if there's anything you want to touch on, and have a great weekend. Subscribe, like, all that good stuff, and then I will see you later. Okay, if you want these PDFs, send me an email, musicwithmick@gmail.com. Okay, see ya.